also playing along with Off the Board this month. So this is the first page kit that I put together, and it is inspired by the Pinterest inspiration piece that Shannon went ahead and picked out. So that was that rainbow photo at the beginning of the picture. And that's essentially what Off the Board is. You go into your Pinterest boards and look for different things, different pins that you have kind of tucked away in your different boards to help inspire a layout. So it doesn't even have to be a scrapbooking pin. It could be whatever you wanted, photography, food, anywhere in there that just gives you an idea and kind of gets you jump started in creating a layout or a project or whatever you're working on. So that is what Off the Board is all about. The master playlist link is down below, so you can follow along and see what everyone is using as their inspiration pieces and how they're kind of pulling inspiration out of their different pictures and stuff like that. And yeah, I definitely not only took the rainbow portion of this layout from the inspiration piece. That's kind of the, most prominent feature, I think, of that photo. But I'm also taking the design element of the photo. So I really liked just the way that the picture was composed so that the rainbow goes right across, kind of in a diagonal, but right across the whole picture. And so I thought that would work really good as a design for a layout. Obviously, you could do strips of paper or washi tape or that, kind of tearing technique where maybe you have a background paper and you tear the two opposite corners. Something along those lines. I just thought there was a lot of different ways that you could kind of use that general design to create a layout. So while putting my kit together, I kind of had that in the back of my mind that I somehow wanted to incorporate an element that would go from that top right hand corner down to the bottom left. So when I saw this Vicki Boutin paper with the hearts, I thought it might be really fun to go ahead and fussy cut a bunch of those out, and they're already in the rainbow colors, so that kind of covers the rainbow aspect of it, and I could just have them kind of cascading down from right to left. So I didn't necessarily want to do it as strips and end up cutting all of that paper. I mean, it would have looked fine that way as well. But I kind of thought that I would just mix up the rainbow a little bit just to kind of put my own take on things. So I just cut a few of the hearts from each color. So you've got sort of the reds all the way through to those really kind of beautiful dark indigo. And then I also pulled out a few elements from 6x8 papers that you just saw me using right here, also from Vicki Boutin, to kind of give my picture a little bit of some layering and some mattes. So not all of the colors of the rainbow there, but just a few colors. And in the picture, Harper's wearing a nice blue, so I thought I don't necessarily need to have blue in there. And then a lot of the elements that I pulled out of the ephemera, also again from Vicki Boutin, had yellow. So I wasn't too concerned about trying to get yellow in there, but I've got some purples and some pinks and then that darker black, which I think just really helps to make sure that that picture stands out. So yeah, it was really just about getting all of those elements fussy cut and getting the layers behind the pictures and then trying to figure out the best way to get everything put into place. So here you can see I'm just kind of layering up these hearts, going from red and working my way through the rainbow colors. I had these yellow felt hearts. I've had them for a really long time. They're from Spiegel Mom Scraps. So I'm going to throw a few of those in there. They're just a different texture. And I felt like yellow was a color that wasn't completely represented in Vicki Boutin's paper. A lot of the yellow hearts, excuse me, a lot of the yellow hearts were a little bit more distressed and more almost like a cream than an actual yellow. And so I thought that those felt hearts would work really good. And then they just bring a different element into the layout as well. And so, yeah, I didn't really spend too much time trying to think about it. I just stuck them down and kind of made sure that they were a little bit layered, but you could still see each one. And now I'm going to stick them down with some tacky glue. I just felt like that was the best way. Once they were down, I didn't want to necessarily pull them all up again. So just a little dot of glue behind each one. And that's it. Pretty simple, quick and easy. And I love the way it looks. And I love the way it looks on the black and white background, which I've been doing a lot this month. Just when I'm working with rainbows, I feel like the blacks and the whites really help those colors to pop, and it really makes them look a lot more vibrant. So I tend to pair those together. So that black and white paper is a Dear Lizzy paper. And then I'm just going to go through all of my little bits of ephemera. So I really liked that one that says, that little square piece that says Today Rocked. And that, of course, has all the rainbow in it. So I thought that kind of worked really good as a bit of a title. And then I have a couple of those circular elements. I don't know if all of that ephemera is from the same collection. I got it from Christy in a super amazing Happy Mail package that she sent me. And so I'm pretty sure it all is, but I'm not 100% sure that it's all from the same collection. So I could be totally wrong, but I think it's all from Color Study. And so I've got a couple of those circles down on that right hand side. I found a piece of chipboard that said Sunshine. I thought I could incorporate it somehow into a title or even like a secondary title, and then I just kind of plonked it on there and left it, and I like it. I think it works. So it says Sunshine, and then I have a few pieces of chipboard from 49 and Market in those rainbow colors again, so just adding a little bit of extra dimension. And that's kind of it. I'm really not going to do a whole lot. As I was building my kits, I kept saying, more is more sometimes and throwing lots of stuff into the kits. But now that I've been putting my layouts together, I'm really going for the less is more kind of approach, where I just really want the products to kind of show themselves off, and the colors or the design or whatever it is that I'm taking from each inspiration piece, I really want that to be kind of obvious. And so I'm not piling a bunch of stuff on here. This is quite busy with a busy background, and then all of those hearts and, just those few extra pieces of ephemera and some layers. I love it. I think it turned out so great, and I don't think it really needs anything else. So I am going to finish it off with my go-to finishing techniques. I've outlined just a few of the hearts, not all of them, and a few of the chipboard elements and things like that. And then, of course, I outlined the entire layout. I don't know why. I just felt like it needed to have that little bit of outlining. And now I'm going to do a sprinkle of gold, Heidi Swapp Color Shine Gold Mist, and just kind of go along the rainbow and get that sprinkled and have these little shimmery dots of gold along there. And I will also add some sequins. So I'm going to go with some of the July mix from Spiegel Mom Scraps. So I'm doing the 80s one, which I think worked really good because it kind of had the blues in it. It had some of the yellows in it, and then it has some of the little pink in it. So that worked out really good. So those are going to be my sequins. And then on the rest of the colors, I will add some of the little flat back pearls that I got from Temu. So only 3 of each color, just a little pop of something kind of glittery and shimmery is all I needed. Again, kind of doing less is more, because I actually think that even though there are only a few elements, there's lots of them. So there's plenty of interest going on with this layout. And yeah, that is it for me. I love how this layout turned out. Definitely go and check out everybody else playing along this month with the Build-A-Page series. There is Sheila on Instagram, and Shannon and Christy and Moira and Kristen and myself. And so check out all of the videos. We're all using the same inspiration pieces, so that's kind of fun to see what we take from those same pieces. And yeah, they'd love to have a little bit of love. So definitely go subscribe. Subscribe to me if you haven't already. I super appreciate it. I really love it so much. And I am just about ready to share my 2,000 subscriber giveaways. So that is really exciting. I'm kind of just waiting to make sure I actually stay at 2,000 subscribers, but it looks like I'm there. So yes, go and show everybody some love. Check out the playlist for Off the Board. It's a fantastic series with lots and lots of videos to check out. And that is it for today. So I will see you again tomorrow with layout number 2. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll be back again next time. So until then, happy scrapping. Bye.
Thanks to me. She button to my channel.